Welcome back, folks. What's good? This is Chris from SoundFreqs. I just want to run through one of our sounds that we've recently released. This one's called Cable Guys. It's part of the Trap Volume 1 collection for FM8. It's actually part of a 3-volume series we've recently released. You can grab that through us directly, or you can grab it from Loop Masters. And all I really wanted to do is just take maybe 1 or 2 minutes to give you just a small handful of tips as far as how you can go ahead and make this sound a little bit more of your own, make it a little bit more unique. We're going to run through options of how you can customize the sound basically for your own music. Let's see if we can maybe crank out like 5 different tips in the next minute. How about that? All right, so first one, as with any of our sounds, if we've designed sounds for a synth and that synth happens to have a comment area or a way for us to communicate some information to you, we take advantage of that. So stop by the attributes page on this patch, and you can see that this one actually it was created by Yor originally, and he points out that the envelope curves on F, especially within this region right here, is definitely worth taking notice of, and it's a great way to change up the sound quickly. Okay. Adjust the delivery in a couple different ways. So next thing I would like to point out is by moving over to the Easy Morph tab, you get a really nice zoomed in look at the morphing matrix. And you can also access that here. As you can see, if I move this red circle up here at the header of the synth, you can see it moves down here. So by default, it starts here. And I've created this small MIDI clip here to save us just a couple seconds. Okay, so it's a pretty cool sound all on its own with the default values across the board. But just moving this just a touch changes it quite a bit. Okay, and the more we move it, the more opportunity there is to discover something new. Now, of course, this is a very, very small point in this big matrix, so we can also adjust where we're grabbing different characteristics from to adjust or customize the timbre or delivery even more, okay? And as you can see now, that the seeds, these tiny little dots, are grabbing from all sorts of different places, okay? And you can randomize these seeds, actually. Okay, so this is adjusting horizontally, this is adjusting vertically, and then this is actually changing the pattern or the location of said seeds. And as we play through our sound one more time. Okay, so that's another way that you can get a bunch of cool options going for yourself. Okay, here's another tip. On this same exact page, you can both adjust the delivery of the timbre through the envelope, as well as individual components or elements of timbre, as in harmonics, brightness. This envelope amount refers to how the envelope settings are going to be applied to said sound. And then amplitude envelope is going to adjust the delivery of the synth overall, okay? Because this is the main amplitude envelope. All right, so let's take a look at one more way, or maybe a couple more. How about this? Flip on the arpeggiator, even if there isn't a unique pattern already in there. And now when you play through your MIDI clip, you get something a little bit different. Kind of like a gated effect. All right. One more tip I would give is if you go over to the expert view and you're looking at the FM matrix, which is where the actual programming of the synth takes place, I would recommend, before making any adjustments to anything outside of the Easy Morph, biggest tip I can give you probably is just to take just a few seconds and drag the morphing square around this matrix just to see how the routing changes. You can see that in the bottom right-hand quadrant, D, the operator D is the main output here, but in the others, it switches to F, okay? So that's something definitely to be aware of with this patch in particular. And each patch is programmed uniquely. Okay, so every patch is its own beast, and it's best just to take a few seconds to learn exactly what kind of changes take place when you're playing with the morphing matrix, because you might take the time to dial in something really nifty and it does absolutely nothing for 3 out of the 4 morphine squares. All right. So, those are just a small handful of quick tips to help get you started with this particular patch. Again, it's part of the Trap series for FM8 that we've recently released. You can grab that directly through us, SoundFreqs, or through loopmasters.com. As always, folks, it's great to see you here. Thanks for the support. Go ahead and give us a shout in the comments below. Let us know what you thought about this. Let us know what you want to see next. And as always, if you have requests for future sound packs or tutorials, just let us know. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.